first space you encounter when you come off the elevator in this home is a private elevator lobby. There was a particular challenge here to kind of create a more manageable space out of it, which we did by using the millwork feature that you see as you come through the space that subdivides the elevator lobby into kind of the vestibule and then the passageway into the apartment. One of the challenges that we were faced with in this space was that there was a common area electrical panel smack dab in the middle of the wall, right where we couldn't hide it. So we did come up with a device where we molded and paneled all the walls in this interior space, and then we're able to hide that electrical panel behind kind of a clever hinged upholstered panel that you wouldn't know is there.
It's made out of faux leather.
When you proceed from the elevator lobby into the internal foyer of the apartment, the first element you come across is the entry door, and that brings us into the foyer, living room, and bar spaces of the apartment, which constitute the core of the common area. One of the first things that you see is a beautiful diptych art piece.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of James Bond. There's something like really, I don't know, very, again, I'm going to use the word sexy, but it is super sexy. One of the elements I love is the crayon lights that we put on the walls, and you'll see them throughout the hallway and in the entrance, and that just created, again, another layer of lighting that gave us some rhythm.
Right. The lighting design is an integral part of every project that we do. It's one of the things that distinguishes our interior design from merely decorating the space.
In the living room, instead of doing like a fireplace, which, I mean, you could do in a Florida home, but in this application we decided to just create this focal point feature where it encases the television, and we have a black granite leather finish hearth with bronze mirror and this wood detailing, which it's like reveals to create yet another layer of detailing in the whole focal point of the living room.
The reveals that Giselle's referring to are kind of like individual ribs, and we did them here in a satin black lacquer, and then they encompass a wood panel that the 75-inch television is recessed into.
I love the way the finish of the cabinetry kind of just blends in with the TV, so you don't feel like the TV is a black box.
Within the living room as well, we designed a rather large custom area rug, as we have done throughout the rest of the apartment, and used some beautiful furniture from some of our trusted sources and complemented that with one of our B&G collection custom coffee tables and sofa back tables. So again, we like to blend in about a third custom furniture with the entire furniture package for each project. As we move on from the living room into the adjacent bar space, here we made the conscious decision to eliminate a dining room because our clients' lifestyle is such that they're not sitting down at a formal dining table very often, and we replaced that with a real proper bar. It's a space that in some people's home is just decoration, but he actually uses it, and it's just a step away from the kitchen, which is where we relocated the dining room.
In the bar, we repeated that same bronze mirror and the same finishes, so it kind of flowed from the living room into the bar space. Going into the breakfast, kitchen, dining space, we did these sliding doors, which are another element that helped the architectural design, but it created privacy without blocking the light, and another element where you could open and close the space.
We also did some subtle things with the layout of the kitchen and the way you flow from the main living area into the kitchen. And when you look at the before pictures, you'll see that there was quite an obtrusive bar cabinet right in the middle of the walkway with two smaller walkways on either side. When we re-envisioned this, we got rid of that cabinetry, and even with the doors, the walkway is twice as large as it was before. And it flows much more naturally.
As we're walking down the gallery into the theater, we were excited to do this space for him because it's a space that he missed from his prior home. So we did theater seats, custom designed for him. And then we also did a large sectional that can be used for lounging and hanging out. We did carpet, so it helped with the acoustics. We also did acoustical panels around the room. We created a bar so it could have snacks and ease of like the fridge, and also a cooler as well. As we continue down the hall, on the right side, there's the powder room. For us, powder rooms are a great opportunity to create little jewel boxes. We make them a little bit more elaborate because, you know, it's just a fun space. So we created this marble with this vitriform sink and this very custom mirror with indirect lighting and beautiful pendant. Now, continuing down the hall is the guest bedroom and guest bathroom suite, which to many would represent almost a master because it's so beautifully done, but it's very comfortable. It's a king size bed with a custom headboard we did, and from our B&G line, our nightstands are from that line. Across from that, we created this long ledge where you could treat it as a desk or a vanity. In the bathroom, again, it flows. All the colorations flow, the materials flow. In this particular bathroom, we used a beautiful porcelain tile material that looks just like marble, and it comes in a 5-piece multi-textured pattern, which adds a lot of visual interest and texture, even though it's all one uniform color. Again, we like simplicity, but we like detailed simplicity. Right next to the guest suite is what was another guest suite, but for this particular client, we converted this into a home office for him. We made sure to not just plop a TV in the middle of the wall. We don't like to do that, so we created some custom millwork within which the TV is located, and it feels like it's in its proper place in its home. Let's talk a little bit about that office chair of his. I mean, it looks like
a
jet,
the helm from a spaceship.
I mean, it's, I love this word, sexy. There's something very sleek and cool about that. And the other thing that I love in the room is, again, that crayon light over his desk. We always like to use sculptural looking light fixtures, and for me that really, it's another element. It's black, it's sleek, it's beautiful, and I think it really highlights the room nicely. You'll notice, if you look carefully, that we also designed a black powder coated steel leg that holds up the marble desktop that echoes the shape and the form of that light fixture, so that was very deliberate. As we go towards the end of the hall is the master suite. So as you come in, there's this beautiful marble wall on the left, which if at a first glance you think it's wallpaper, but it has this beautiful texture, and it created, again, another focal point and pattern as you walk down the hall. And we strategically washed it with light. So again, you have that indirect light. The room is not overfilled with light. It's just literally washes that wall, and it creates beautiful shadow. Again, you have that texture of the herringbone floor going into the entrance. As you enter the master suite and as you walk past the beautiful mosaic marble wall, on the left side we have the entrance to the master bathroom. On the right side we have the entrance to the master closets, and then the space opens up into the bedroom itself. The his and hers closets are separated by a common wall, and we have a large oversized dressing mirror in between those spaces. But other than that, they're designed to complement each other. We used the same decorative pendant lighting fixture in each of the spaces, and we used the same flush recessed LED lighting to give the general lighting in the space. And all of the millwork is coordinated. We custom designed the closets with our closet manufacturer, with beautiful gray glass doors covering most of the shelving areas, and integrating LED lighting into the hang rods and into each shelf. And then the master bathroom, which had previously been a combination of bathroom and closet for the prior homeowner, we created two distinct separate places for his and hers, but they have a shared
large shower and a shared bathtub area. So they have their own proprietary spaces, and we integrated a lot of custom storage cabinetry so that all the linens and supplies and whatnot could be handy, but conveniently out of sight.
Walk down the hall, it's his sink area, which is very, there was no compromising there. He has a very large area for his routine, and also TV as well in there. And the shower, one of my favorite things that we did, other than doing it in a platform and having the indirect light and the beautiful tub, which now becomes another sculptural element, is the gray glass enclosure.
The last space in the apartment is the master bedroom, which has wraparound glass, very beautiful, and with exposure to the Intracoastal waterway. One of the hallmarks of this particular client's designs for every home that we've done for him is we do a custom oversized king bed. It's about a foot wider than a standard king bed. However, the thing I believe that we're proudest about in the master bedroom is the headboard feature wall. In all of our projects, again, we've mentioned we like to integrate our furniture to the architecture. We don't like to just plop furniture into empty vanilla boxes.
But the whole color palette of the master bedroom is very serene, very calm, not as dark or moody as the rest of the home, because to us, your bedroom is your sanctuary. It should be a place of relaxation. So as you come into that space, we wanted to have that very serene feel.
When we finally finished this project, and it took about 1.5 years, when we walked through and unveiled the finished apartment to him and his fiancée at the time, now he's married, I remember him just turning and saying, "You guys
did it again.
You did it again. You did it again." And that's the reward that we're really looking for in the work that we do.